I am persuaded that we have an AI bubble going on, but I'm not an investment advisor. I don't give investment advice. I just look at the numbers and say, that reminds me of 2007-8 and subprime mortgages. That reminds me of the dot-com bubble. That reminds me of 1987. And it's going to hurt if I'm right. And a lot of smart people think I'm right. Is there any way to avoid getting blamed if there is an AI bubble and it deflates on Donald Trump's watch?
Not that I can think of. I mean, obviously, if the president were warning about this, if the president were started talking like you just did, then I'm not sure what effect that would have on the market. I mean,
That would be bad.
Comes out and says something like this, then that would be really seen as meddling in the market and having this effect. So, in other words, if he just lets things run their course, there is a bubble, the bubble bursts, there's a crash, he gets blamed for it. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, obviously, George W. Bush got blamed in 2008 when you had the whole subprime mortgage thing, and I just don't see how Trump would not get blamed for that.
I agree. So here's the $64,000 question to date myself. If that is in fact the consequence, and we agree that it would be the consequence of a bubble bursting, are there people in a position to burst the bubble at the time of their choosing? We know that George Soros made a run on the British pound once, but I don't know if an AI bubble, it's so giant. I mean, it's such an enormous amount of money that's going into data centers and into AI and into ChatGPT and OpenAI that I don't know that anyone can impact it. But is there anyone out there that can pull those levers to make that happen? I really don't know.
You mean like in the Soros sense to do it, to time it for their own benefit and while everybody else suffers? Is that...
To time it to screw Trump. Because if it could be done, there are sufficiently Trump deranged people that they would do it no matter the losses to other people. But I don't know that it can be done.
Do you think the bubble's going to last, just on its own, is going to last for more than 3 years?
Oh, I don't think it is. I think it's...
Okay, then it's going to get Trump. Right?
Yeah, but I think they can affect the timing of it. And I think that if they can affect the timing of it, they would time it for it to be September, October of next year. If it happens now, it will damage Trump, but not as much as it would if it happens next fall.
Well, I mean, obviously, with what was called the Great Recession, I guess at the time, at the end of the Bush administration. Remember, it happens during the campaign.
Yes.
And John McCain is out campaigning, and in the world's most hopeless campaign, actually.
Yep.
The incumbent Republican president was polling in the mid-20s when this happened. And so McCain, and he comes back. McCain leaves the campaign trail to come back to Washington as a senator and do like nothing. They sat around the table at the White House and talked about it, but actually nothing happened. And Congress, it was back when $1 trillion was a lot of money, came up with a rescue plan that was almost $1 trillion, which they passed in about 10 minutes, start to finish. But there really wasn't anything that could be done to avoid political blame for what was happening.
And so my worry is that there is a bubble and that it can be popped by a bunch of people, but that's a premise without evidence. I don't know markets well enough. I'll have to find some people who do. Whether or not there are sufficient capital flows at the command of small enough groups of people that a Soros or the guy in Switzerland who puts all the money into the American election, if anyone can actually make it crater. What's that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I should know it, yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. So I worry about that sort of thing, given that people hate Trump so much, they would be willing to inflict damage. I'll put it this way. Do you think people hate Trump so much that they would damage the economy intentionally just to hurt him?
Well, I think they're damaging our political culture as it is right now. I do think that you could pretty easily say that Epstein is the new Russia, and they were willing to put the country through what they put it through in 2017 and 2018, talking about how the new president was a Russian agent, and absolutely cripple his presidency for the first couple of years, after which they could get on with impeaching him. So I mean, there was absolutely no hesitation to do something like that. So obviously, I don't think they're going to say, "Hey, I can push this button and crash the economy." But if it does go down, of course, it will be used against Trump.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.